You know another show that I loved you on? You had the opportunity, you mentioned Marla, and she went on to play in 227.
Yes.
You had the opportunity to work with her in
Regina
227.
King,
What did you think? Because that's where I want to go. What did you think about young Regina King? Could you see the brilliance of that young girl? And do you look at her and marvel?
I don't want to sound like nobody who's saying something about the future, but I used to, I saw an energy, but I never knew she'd become what she has become. That I never knew. But I did see something different in her, I did. Yeah.
And she's another one that shares a very similar story to yours, because all of the movies that I came up with, the hood movies, she was always in it.
Yes.
Playing the little, hood chick from the hood and this, that. But to see where she has grown and to eventually win an Oscar,
right?
An amazing story.
Right.
An amazing story. But you know something? And again, my heart goes out to her because it doesn't come without a shared tragedy. She lost her son a few years ago.
Oh my God.
To suicide. Yeah, her son to suicide. So
my
our
God,
hearts
I didn't
go
know
out to her. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And I can keep going down the list, and I'm trying to pick and choose the roles that I just loved you in. But you played with Charles S. Dutton in the Rock.
I sure did. Yes, I sure did.
How'd you get cast for that?
I loved it. And knowing that I was proud of where I knew he had come from. He had been in the joint, and now he was. I loved it. Hanging out with him, I did.
Yeah, I mean, that's another guy who really, really showed that where your life is today, because he, like you said, he was in the joint, he was locked up for many years on a manslaughter charge.
Yeah,
and to come and have a show that you are the main character in, you're a black man in Hollywood, that just don't happen, and it just shows that perseverance and commitment and dedication. You can overcome anything.
Keep on believing in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Martin.
Well, let me say about Martin. Martin, first of all, brilliant, funny man. I was delighted to work with him. I only had 3 years, but with the 3 years, I was one of the greatest casts I'd ever been with. Look, you had beautiful, talented, great singer Tisha Campbell.
Campbell.
Tisha Campbell, and also great, beautiful, extraordinary singer Tashina Arnold.
Yes.
The late, brilliant Tommy Ford, great actor Carl Payne, and one of my best friends to this day, the white guy, one of my BFFs right now, Jonathan Grimes, who was, remember the white guy who was my engineer in the radio station?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, so it was a great cast, and I'm delighted to this day. People will call me Stan, or Junior, Now they add Earl to it, but one of the names I'm called all the time is Stan, and that's because of that show. And I'm thankful for Martin hooking it up.
You know something, in that show, I mean, because the show, how do I say it? It kind of mirrored what you was going through in real life. You actually got shot in real life.
Yes, I did.
And then they picked up you kind of being on the run from the cops in the show.
Yeah.
Before we even get to that, how did you get shot?
Well, I was, this is not like, you know what Crenshaw and Florence is in New York?
Yes.
Okay. There was a friend of mine who lived on 11th Avenue and 67th Street, which is a block in from Crenshaw. And he used to do the cars, right? Brush them down. So I went to have my car done. But when I went upstairs, he was talking to somebody. So I said, you hook up your conversation. I'm going to go downstairs and get something to drink, right? I'm gonna get some orange juice. Now, I always know to keep my eye out. Even though I'm born in the ghetto, I still know, I'm short, 5'6", weight and height count whether or not somebody going to attack your ass, right? So, yeah, if you're smaller and you're a little older, and I was about 57 then, and I'm, 5'6", but I make the mistake going down to Obama because the commodity would be with me. His name was Commodity, the guy I went to see. Go down to get my car, and two people come towards me, and I go past them, and I don't realize they turn around. Now, one was about 5'9". Let me say this, let me digress. My friend Glenn told me he met the guy who said he shot me, and that guy was about my size. That guy was trying to get a reputation. Because the guy who grabbed me was about, when I turned around, he was about 5'10", something like that. 6 feet tall and maybe 20 years of age. Now, what he didn't realize was, although I'm old and 57, I had a couple of skills. I'm first-degree black belt. And when he grabbed me, stuff from the dojo came into my mind. I did it. I embarrassed him. Why? Because on the other side of the street was a gang of people who had been saying, hey, Stan, hey, Stan, hey, Stan, hey, Stan. So I'm embarrassing him in front of these people. When I turn around, that's when I see the gun. I didn't know he had a gun. Had I known he had a gun, I wouldn't have done anything, right? Had he come to me like that with the gun, I'd say, hey, man, whatever you want. Take my clothes, take my money, take my car. My wife's at home, go get her. I would have said all of that, right? When I turn around, I see the gun. That's when I say, hold up, man, hold up, man. And now he's thinking, this guy is trying to challenge me with a gun. He shoots. He goes to my arm, then to my abdomen, which caused me to have a colostomy for like 8 months after that. The bullet ricochets and winds up in my lumbar 5, which after about 10 operations, it had to be finally be removed. So basically, that's how it happened. This guy here's the reason why I was able to do it, because he grabbed me strong with the left arm, right? But the gun was loose because he had the gun there. So the little thing I did, which embarrassed him, I was able to do only because he didn't grab me real tight. Had he grabbed me real tight, he's about 5'10", he weighs more than me, I wouldn't be able to get loose. So he's thinking I want to fight a gun, which, believe me, again, I would never. If you point that gun at me, you can have whatever I got. I'm taking out my clothes, my drawers, my money, everything. So that's basically what happened. This guy, and his name was Tiny Duke. And the way I found out was a few years later when I'm going to there's a park that's on Barham Boulevard. You go down past Barham Boulevard, there's a park, right? And I'm walking around the park. Then I'm able to walk because for a couple of years I was in a wheelchair. Then I had a cane. Finally, I was able to walk. And a guy who works for the DWP says, we got him. So I said, what are you talking about? He said, I was behind the wire when you got shot. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, we got Tiny Duke. And apparently, some of our fans were behind the wire when I got shot by him and showed him they didn't appreciate it. Because a couple of times they let him know they didn't appreciate it, But that's how it happened.
You know something? Do you think that he recognized and knew exactly who he was robbing and shooting at that time?
Well, let's see. I think he wanted this leather jacket I had. It's a leather jacket that has Africa on it. It was a brilliant leather jacket. I believe that's what he was going to make me give him.
But you have a very familiar face.
I don't know. I know the guys on the side of the street were saying, hey, Stan, hey, Stan.
So
I don't know. because he was on the other side of the street. It was him and a girl, by the way. Him and a girl who did this. So I don't know if he recognized me or not.
Oh, I thought he was with another young man. You said he...
No, he was a girl, a girl. She was short.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't realize that the bullet traveled in the way that it did.
Oh yeah,
you're a blessed man that you're able to walk to this day.
Right. Well, I can't walk. When they took the bullet out, the doctors told me you won't be able to walk or run anymore. Well, they lied about the walking, because from 1994, when it happened, till about 3 years ago, right, Kay? Mm-hmm. I was walking. Now I need a walker to walk, and I walk with a cane. So it came true with both of those things, but from 1994 to 2020, I was walking. I'm lucky, talking about what you said, I'm lucky that the bullet didn't ricochet and hit my heart. Because quite often, bullet ricochets and goes into your heart.
Man, you tell me God ain't good.
Yeah.
Wow.